everyone, and welcome to Jack and Cat Adventures. Today I'm going to show you how to make about 3 meals, maybe 2. What I have in here is a full chicken, and my son called today. He's sick and he asked for matzo ball soup, so I dropped everything and I'm going to make matzo ball soup. But I start my actual broth myself. I don't use pre-made broth. So in here I have a full chicken, whole chicken, and just throw it in. You don't need to do anything, just make sure the gizzards and stuff are out of it. Take as much celery, carrots, onions, and garlic. Just peel it, and you don't even need to peel it, honestly, just throw it in. And I'm going to use this pan because once all this is done, I can just drain out the broth and let this all cool down, and then I can debone the chicken. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this in a pan of water, and I'm going to boil it for as long as I can. Actually, I like it is when the meat is falling off the bone. What we're going to turn this into is, like I said, matzo ball soup for one, chicken salad on croissants, and I'm going to try and eke out chicken noodle soup. We'll kind of play with that. If not, we'll just, if we have like chicken left over and some of the stock, I'll put it in a freezer container, and then we can add that to anything that we wanted, you know, noodles or anything like that. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to boil this probably a good 3 hours. And then once I'm done with that, actually we might get 4 meals out of this, because I'm going to take the bones and I'm going to make bone broth out of this once this is all done. And I will walk you through that too. So all I'm going to do is get this chicken started, because it's getting late here. It's about 5 o'clock. And I need the chicken to cool down enough for me to handle. So I will let it cool overnight, and then we'll pick up tomorrow and make the matzo ball soup. Hi everyone. Now it's the next day. I let my chicken cool, and we're going to make the matzo meal for the matzo balls. And I want to tell you, start with your egg whites. So you're going to have 4 egg whites. Pour them into a mixing bowl. And you're going to just add a pinch of kosher salt to that. And then I want that to go, I want it to get really stiff. Now in this bowl, I have 4 egg yolks, a 1/4 cup of parsley chopped. Now this is duck fat. It calls for chicken fat. If you boil your own chicken and you let it get really cold, the broth get really cold, you can skim off that chicken fat on the top and put it in the microwave just until it melts. You need a 1/4 cup of that. I am using duck fat. I got this off of Amazon, and I've used it all the time in my matzo balls, and I love it. So a 1/4 cup of whatever kind of fat you want to use. Half cup of chicken broth in. Now whisk it together. Add 2 teaspoons of kosher salt. And I have doubled and tripled this recipe, so if you have more people coming, go ahead and do it. It works really well. The only thing is, you do need to let it sit for at least 15 minutes or until fluffy and light stiff. Because if you don't let this sit, your matzo balls will sink to the bottom. They'll be horrible. Now I'm going to add in my matzo meal, 1 cup of matzo meal. I got it at Giant Eagle, but if you can't find it, just get the matzo crackers and put it in the food processor. It's the same thing. I usually do have a hard time finding matzo meal around in my area, and I don't know why. Alright, so I'm just mixing this up really well. And I want to get this going, so I'm going to turn it up. And when this is done, I'll come back and show you what else we have to do with it. So here are the stiffened egg whites, and we're just going to add them in a little bit at a time, and just kind of fold it in. Just do the best you can. Sometimes you might need to whisk it in a little bit. I don't want to whisk it too much, only because it'll deflate all of this air that I'm putting into it. After we're done doing this, make sure you turn your stock on. So it gets to a simmer, because you're going to cook these in your stock, and that stock needs to be very warm. And These will be stiff. It will look light and airy after it sits in the refrigerator. I don't think 15 minutes is long enough, but check yours if it is. That's great. I usually do this early in the morning, and then I just make the matzo balls at night, so I know that it's set and everything melded together. But you don't have to do it. I'm not doing it this morning because, like I said, my kid is sick, and I want to get over to his house and get him some stuff and get him feeling better. So, all right. And it's just very, very easy. The texture of the matzo meal itself, in mix with everything, it's very light. Now, you don't put any of the chicken or vegetables in this stock. This stock just for matzah is just plain stock. That's why I put all my vegetables in this strainer in that pan and did it that way, so I didn't have to pick out all the vegetables and stuff. So, just have a few little pieces in there I'm trying to get in, and this is what it should look like. It's runny. Just make sure you get all of that matzah mixed in so it gets all the liquid on it so it isn't grainy. Alright, and that's it. I'm going to stick it in the refrigerator. I'm going to probably do a half hour because I have other things to do. But once it's ready to go, I will show you what it looks like. Alright, now our matzah mix is done. I had to add a little more matzah meal to this and put it back in the refrigerator for another 15 minutes because for some reason it was really wet. It might have been the size of my eggs. But anyways, we fixed it, and you can too. So now my broth is just simmering. We don't want it to boil because it will break apart your matzah. I'm using like a 2-inch ice cream scoop, and I'm just going to scoop out some of this, put it in my hand, and just roll it. And now you're going to put it in. And these are going to simmer for a half hour in the broth. And then the whole soup is done. And I will show you what it looks like plated up. So here are our finished matzo balls, and they look delicious. While it was simmering, I tasted the broth itself that I made with my full chicken yesterday, and it was a little weak. Didn't really have a robust flavor or anything. I could taste the vegetables, but I wanted more of a meat taste. So I just added a little bit of better than bouillon, chicken bouillon, while it was simmering, and I mixed it in. Taste it, and if it's to your liking, don't add it. If you want to add more, add more. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and remember, you do you.